Okay, seems it's recording now.
Yeah.
Good morning, Seychelles. Good morning, our dear Miss Universe, future Miss Universe. How are
Good
you
morning,
feeling?
Marina. Good morning, Seychelles.
I'm so happy, so excited that we are finally having this long-awaited interview. How are you feeling
Mhm.
this morning?
I'm feeling good. Very great, actually. Very positive, over the moon. Very
Ready to talk
nice.
about mental health problems in Seychelles and your
Yes.
opinion on that, because that's actually my ultimate goal, to attract more attention of people in Seychelles to the importance of maintaining their mental health, mental shape,
hmm
healthy.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
let me elaborate for our audience that we are not
Mhm.
prepared. We are not prepared absolutely. We didn't made a certain questions or whatever. So we are flowing absolutely with our inspiration today, and we are so happy that we can finally um, get in contact with you. You can please post your comments under this video, and don't hesitate to share this video, to talk about that. Put likes, because it's so extremely important for YouTube promotion, free promotion, to let more people know about this video, this interview actually. Really, let me elaborate something for our audience a little bit,
Okay.
that you know by your own experience, your own practice, what psychological service is, and I had that honor to cooperate with you. And in advance, I want to let you know and other people that it was such a pleasure for me always to work with you, just because of that inner shining, inner energy that I don't know how to explain it. It's a really specific personality peculiarities which makes our cooperation so productive too. So
Yeah,
I
it
would
does.
I would never say that it's just merits of our efforts or hard work together, but it's
Yeah.
all depend on your motivation and the way how you were tuned in, actually. So, what is the first question comes to my mind is,
I think for me, I would like to say that for people, sometimes we think that we see people succeeding in life, but we don't know what goes on behind the scene. But it's a lot of internal searching and soul
uh-huh.
searching itself. Like I went through a lot of I did some therapy sessions, and I had to find myself at some point because I suffered from some post-traumatic disorders from some events that occurred in my life as a young child.
So you are
And
even ready to talk about that today. Wow. Thank you so much, because I strongly believe it's going to be very helpful for a lot of people in Seychelles. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't mind being like an inspiration for the youth, because sometimes we think that you're alone in your own anxiety, you're alone in your own worriness, but to know that you're not alone, maybe it will inspire you to actually go for your goal, you know?
Like we all have issues, you mean? Sometimes very serious ones,
Yeah.
but it should
But
never
you think,
stop
but
us.
you think you're the only one with issues sometimes. You think, oh, I'm the only one with issues. I will never be able to be a Miss Seychelles one day or achieve my goal. But I'm here to tell you that as a Miss Seychelles myself, I've been through a lot. It wasn't easy for me to reach where I've reached today.
Uh-huh. Can you maybe give us some tips or some hints? What helped you on your way, actually? What was those really working procedures?
I believe what happened to
Prayers
me
or
was,
whatever. Hmm.
I think one day I woke up and I felt so tired of feeling broken inside. I felt very broken. I felt very empty. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I need help. And for me to acknowledge that I need help, that was the first step. And it was really an eye opening for me. And that is when I started I started watching YouTube videos first about spirituality and how to unlock your mind from the roariness. And then I started talking to you as well. But at the same time, I was reading a lot of books about
You
how
were
to deal with,
constantly searching, right? Constantly
yes,
searching
constantly
for
searching. I
tools.
was being very proactive,
Mhm.
very proactive. Like
Great.
my soul, I feel like my soul was hungry for those things, but I didn't know until I started reading about it, until you started talking to me about it. And then I was like, that's what my soul was looking for.
And
And that's when,
what were the first steps which were already helpful, which you felt that okay, it works. I am stimulated, I'm inspired to go on, to get more help, to involve it, to become selfish enough to save myself, to rescue from that down, very sad state. Mhm.
I think it was meditation. I just logged in on a YouTube meditation session for like 10 minutes. And then after that, a day by day for like 3 weeks, I was doing that. And then I was like, I think I am actually in need of more of these kind of,
Mhm.
soul
Something else
feeding
is needed.
material.
Uh-huh.
But then I wanted to talk to someone that will understand. And because even if I listen to YouTube videos, but these people don't really know what I'm going through. And
Mhm.
that's when I came to you.
So you
That was
realize
the second step.
contact with another person is very important. It's inevitable. We cannot just invest to ourselves working on our own alone. We need someone
Yeah.
to participate. That's great.
Yes, I realized that because I grew up being a bit more independent than I was supposed to be at a young age. So I believe that everything that comes my way, I should deal with it by myself. It's not okay for me to ask for help. It's not okay for me to tell people I need help. I cannot do that because I'm a big girl. I'm the mother to my little brother and little sister. I'm not supposed to ask for help. But
Mhm.
then when I started to talk to you and also watch the YouTube videos and read the books, I realized that it's okay for me to ask for help. It's normal as a human being.
Mhm.
Even the most wealthiest person need mental wellness.
Exactly. Bingo. They started from scratches too, and they had their lowest moments definitely too. Maybe even worse than anyone else. But still about competitions, tell us how was it? How did you feel during the competing time?
Actually, if you tell me I was gonna be in a pageant competition, I was gonna tell you never. That's not gonna happen. But I think when I came back from Malaysia after studying, I'm someone who's always involved in extracurricular activities when I was at university. So when I came back, I started working, but I felt like I'm so bored after work. I need to do something with myself,
Oh,
you know?
okay.
And then that's when my self-discovery journey also started. And then the pageant advert started on TV. And then I was like, why don't I join the pageant and see how it goes? And I went for the interview. I didn't actually know that I was going to be in the top finalists. And then they call me, they say you're in the top finalist.
Wow.
But my experience itself was very challenging, to be honest. I mean, it's not all rosy coating and sugar coating. It was very mentally challenging because it was 11 months where I have to fight with myself. I discovered so many things about me that I didn't even know existed. But at the
What are
same
you
time, I
talking
made
about?
friends.
Maybe you
I
can
found
elaborate
beautiful
a
things
little
about
bit.
me as well.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit on what have you discovered? What was a surprise for you about yourself?
Um, yes, I think I
What
did in a
pushed
lot
you to work on
of
yourself more?
what pushed me was the fact that I had a goal. I mean, I look at myself and I was like, where do I want to be in 5 years? And for me, it wasn't in terms of career. I wanted to see myself in 5 years based on my spirituality, based on the wellness of my soul, the wellness of my being. I put career aside. I was like, I don't want to look at where I see myself in 5 years in terms of career. I want to look at where I see myself in 5 years in terms of my spirituality, in terms of my mental being, in terms of, the peace with myself. And that's what pushed me. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay, just take the Miss Seychelles as a self challenge for you. And I did it. I'm proud of myself.
Yes, me proud too, a lot. I believe this is an achievement which made your life in so many ways really more. I cannot say, okay, I can say better in a way, right? Because
Yeah.
Nice goal, nice dream to achieve. And it's a wonderful indicator that you are performing really very good in your life. You do have that spirit to inspire other people with your positivity. You do have that something which is so needed to other people.
Thank you.
And that's what I received actually as a feedback after Miss Seychelles' speech. Other competitors also were speaking, they gave their speech, as I understand, as I remember. And people noticed that your speech had a big difference. And some people contacted me, they're my colleagues, they're psychologists. What they said, they didn't know that we were working, me and you, before that. What they
Yeah.
said was exactly like, this girl seems like she passed through psychotherapy or something like that. She's so equipped to be confident, to speak really from her heart, to be herself, to shine really bright, to shine by her own nature. And this is what is needed to give an example to other people, how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
No pretending, no artificial or
Yeah.
all those cliche or whatever else, things which need to be left in the past. And else they told me, those are people we need to have in our politics too.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
But that's the
Actually,
paradox that
coming from you means a lot. Like, because I've been told that like I am real. I do have this positive spirit, but at the same time, sometimes I used to, before me Seychelles, I used to say, but what is my calling? If I do make people sometimes feel better than they were feeling before, then what is my purpose in this life? And I think by joining me Seychelles and I see the impact I'm making on few individuals, there are people who call me sometimes, strangers I don't even know, I meet on the street, they're telling me about their personal problems, and I try to accommodate them with my words of empathy, my words of encouragement.
which
But
actually
at the
most
same
of people
time,
do, which actually most of people do sooner or later. But
yeah,
I see that peculiarity. Uh, um, Knowing you a little bit better than other people do, I see that real leadership in you. That's why I believe that you really are more able than other people to show the way, to guide, to help people, to take power in your hands. That's what I'm not hinting now for you to be elected or something like that, but
yeah,
I need to elaborate for people who are really interested in Miss Seychelles' personality, who are really interested and inspired to know more. Her psychologist is allowed to let you know that this personality is really worthy to be elected to any type of power in society. I believe in her not just because I like her personally. No, I know this personality from within. I worked with her and highly recommend it. That's what I want to say. And what do you think about mental health stigma in Seychelles? Maybe we can.
yeah, I think mental health is something, it's a topic that was not spoken about before, like in the days of my grandparents. It was never spoke about. If you did speak about it, you were being called crazy. But I think now in our modern days,
Even
there
if you
is
are
still,
speaking about that, you can be called crazy. Yeah,
yeah, even now people
the
might call
hardcore.
us crazy
Uh-huh.
talking about it now. But at the same time, I think because our generation is one that is waking up, so most, maybe 70% won't think crazy and will actually understand what we're talking about. But I think the challenge stays because, let's say now, as a young person, I also have my grandparents I live with. If I go to them and I tell them I've been talking to a therapist, they will tell me, or they will be like, why are you doing that? You should just pray. And also with the spirituality in terms of Catholicism that still exists a lot. They tend to um uh, don't really believe in those kind of sessions.
Even
But I
though
would say that,
religion and science, psychological science and therapy based on that cannot replace each other, right? They can only
Yeah.
be complementary and they work
Mm,
perfectly together, but they
sure.
cannot really, they are overlapping somehow, yes, but
Yeah.
still,
Because I think it's important that you said that because I've learned that as well. I've actually combined the psychotherapy with spirituality together, and it has helped me to gain a certain extent of mental clarity that I did not have before. And I
mhm,
didn't get the mental clarity by taking medications, which I'm proud. It was all up in here and up within me. I took it
yes,
by myself.
your efforts, yes. Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of effort.
Okay. Then what would you recommend? Imagine now a lot of people are watching us, listening to you. They do have big personal issues right now, relationship wise, whatever. They do have a lot of inner pain now. What would you recommend? What would you say exactly to them right now?
I will tell them that, as a human being, it's normal for us to go through traumas, but at the same time, it's this time right now that you in this pain that you should take this time for yourself and really acknowledge what is the love I have from within. You should give that to yourself and be selfish. Sometimes it's most of the time you should be selfish before you even take care of other people.
Mhm.
So if you have this inner pain or you're going through some traumas, now it's the time to be selfish, take care of yourself, do some meditation, seek psychotherapy sessions, even if it's not from Seychelles, but you can see it online. I'm sure
Yes.
there's a lot of
Uh-huh.
Instagram profiles that a lot of
This world is
psychotherapists they do
huge, right?
offer.
It offers so many specialists who can
Yeah,
suit you. Choose, select.
yeah,
Hmm.
online videos every day that even if I don't pay, but I can access those videos and really nourish my soul. So
Hmm.
I think it's time to actually wake up and take care of your inner being. Now it's the time. The
Yes.
trauma is always a call for you.
Uh-huh. So whenever people find themselves already in a very difficult situation with a lot of pain and struggling, it's time to get access to help, right? And they should be proactive. This
Yes.
universe is offering everything. You need to choose, right? It's only you who make halfway. Okay, may I ask you a provocative question then? You've said
Yeah.
that you have access to a lot of sources nowadays which feed you, which motivate you, which help you in a way. As you said, it's free of charge. And what is then the difference between this type of help for yourself and personal psychotherapy for which you even paid money and you get results? If you can describe on your own experience how it works, what is the difference? Why
For
people
those
still
that
need to choose individual therapy? For what reason?
for those that I see online, I think they talk about general topics or common topics that maybe most people will be going through. But then for the personal ones, is for the ones that when I think like when you think you need
Individual.
the customized help, that you think that okay, my problem is not being spoken about, it's not something that most people actually face. Then you take the personal one. Then it's more customized to your traumas, your childhood, your parents in particular,
Suits. Uh-huh. Hmm.
your problems in particular. So it's more focused at you, and the attention also it's much more generated to only you. So what's better than that?
Uh-huh. That's an integrative psychotherapeutical approach. Why I'm emphasizing now on that, let me remind you, dear people, that we're streaming, we are flowing absolutely on our inspiration. It was not the planning interview with certain questions or topics to discuss. No, whatever just now comes to my mind, I find it really important to elaborate. So integrated approach in psychotherapy, which we preached, which we practiced with you, that's what is needed because it's like a tailor-made work exactly for your case, for all those peculiarities, for all those problems and backgrounds which you individually have. Your psychotherapist is creating a psychotherapeutical plan which will contain different approaches. You remember we were working with CBT. I was including definitely something from psychodynamic approach. We made kinesiology. You remember, especially before the very important days of the competition, we did that striking interventions, which include different approaches of modern psychotherapy. And integrative approach is the most reliable nowadays because it's something which will suit exactly to you for this certain situation with your individual background. And Miss Samantha Servina, who is coming soon from UK, from her studies to Seychelles, back to her motherland, she will practice in this wonderful, the most advanced approach soon. So we are welcoming her, desperately waiting, and Seychelles, it's a good news for us. I'm not sure yet how exactly under what roof she will work. Is it a private or in public and hospital? I'm not sure yet. No one is sure yet. But still, we are getting her. We are gaining her on board in Seychelles. Thanks God, our team of local psychologists will be enriched very essentially soon.